Good morning, everyone. Here we are, the day after Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had a great day, did something nice for yourself. We had a dinner. Me, Dreamweaver, Auntie, and our friend Andrew. Andrew might be leaving the state. Everybody's met Andrew. Well, most of you. And, well, he's definitely being called to travel, do healing on a larger scale, and stuff like that. So we definitely want to wish him well when he decides to go. He didn't leave yet. I'll see if I can get him on here one last time before he hits the pike. But it's been an interesting week. That's all I can say. Hopefully your week's been good too, and interesting in a good way. So let's see. Let me grab my stone bucket here. All right. To get ready. So I believe, I'm not sure if I'm in it because I didn't pay for it yet. Things have been a little tight around here. Probably for a lot of people, actually. I think May 7th. March. Wow. All right, couple things. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jade. I'm the Violet Sage. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher, healer, psychic medium, author, creator. I craft so many things. I make jewelry and organite pieces and so much more. And obviously, I'm an author. I wrote a book and I did a couple decks of cards. So yeah, I'm just in my crafty mode this lifetime. Anyway, so in Madison, it's a rooted fair on Saturday. And yes, rooted. And I don't have it down exactly where it's at. Let's see if I don't know if I printed the thing out or not. Don't think I got a chance to print it out exactly where it's at. But it is in Madison this Saturday, March 7th. And then if anyone is interested in taking a psychic development class, that is a 10-hour class. It is an intensive class. You can check out my website that you see the information below here. Go to that website and you will see all the classes and stuff. I didn't have put it scheduled yet because I just got a call about it last night. If so much as one person wants to set up a class, that's when we start setting up classes and making a date to invite everybody else. So that's going to start at 10 a.m. on March 15th. And yeah, 10 a.m. So 10 to probably like 8 o'clock at night. Like I said, it's 10-hour intensive. It all depends on how far along you're going, how fast we do the tests and get through them. Because you get tested in like 6 different ways to find out where your niche is at, to find out where your specialty of doing readings is, where's your gift strongest. Not to say you can't end up dabbling in all of them, and then you get a nice book to use to practice with, to always refer back to. You get a list of, you get a lot of things. And you can upgrade your package to include the book, because the book would have a lot of information in it instead of the cheat sheet that I'll provide for you. And you get a booklet of just like what is the difference between like finger mediumship, family mediumship, and trans mediumship, all the different kinds of mediumship, to see where, again, your energy is, where is your specialty, where's your gift at. So if you are interested, let me know. The class is definitely going to be being held on March 15th. That is Sunday. So I may actually be doing the podcast that Saturday morning instead of Sunday on the 14th. Might have to go in and change that. because this needs to start early in order to end at a decent time frame. So could be like 10 to 6 p.m. I'm not really sure. 10, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well, we might be able to get done in 8 hours. And we'll do a little break for lunch and we'll have some snacks in case you need to nibble in the meantime because it's going to be a long day. Anyway, text me at the information you see scrolling through below. There's a phone number there. Text me if you are interested and we can set you up. And I need to know how many booklets I need to make and things like that. And then I can contact you and find out what kit you'd like. And so I can make sure I have enough stuff to put it all together. All right. So that's that information. Where else? And wow. So Madison's only one of the fairs. And I may also be in April 11th and 12th. April, Sun Prairie is a rooted fair, and Wisconsin Dells. I think I'm only doing just that few this year. I'm really going to start cutting way back on fairs and doing more at home, online, over the phone, things like that. You know, as you get older, got things I want to accomplish around here and, you know, bring people into the store. I'm getting too old to lug this stuff around. And financially, it doesn't seem worth it. So, you know, so if you want to book any house events, we could do that. It could be readings, it could be foot detoxes. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I do. You can do a house event even with a class. If you have enough people, I will come to you, depending on how far. I actually did fly to Washington once to do a, was it? Yep, it was a psychic development class. Just my good friend and her sister, they paid for my plane ticket to fly out there, and you know, I gave them the class for free for them paying for my ticket to fly out there. So it was really nice. There's always ways to do it if you don't live in the area, but we'll see. All right, so now we covered all that. All right, there's been a lot of interesting stuff I've been sharing with some people too. You know, the world's a crazy place. There's definitely no denying that. Finding out who we really are, just staying anchored in the light kind of thing. It really is one of the hardest things to do. So, you know, practice makes perfect. Doesn't mean you can't fail and you're screwed. You know, if you fall off the horse once, you just get back on and correct your way of thinking, thought frames, or whatever it is you did or said, and just start over. This is a tumultuous time. There's like so many words I want to use for that. So just try to anchor yourself in the light. Do some sort of meditation. I do Tai Chi when I can. It does make a huge difference, and I can tell when I don't do it. So it's definitely interesting. So happy belated Valentine's Day to everyone. If you guys didn't tune in last week. And I'm going to say, good morning, Mama. Good morning, Dreamweaver. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning, Colleen and Lisa and Robert and everybody else who's watching. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And so let's see. Just want to see if I have any questions to address. Yes, hopefully you get to go out to a lunch or something today, Mom. It was good yesterday, yeah. My what the heck did I have? Quesadilla. I had a quesadilla. Even though I'm trying to get away from meat, I had steak and cheese quesadilla. And you know, all the sides they put, it was easy just to open it and shove everything inside. So it was like this big, huge, glorified taco. Picked it up and ate it that way. Oh my God, it was so good. And I got an extra plate of avocado, so I had fresh avocado on there. Oh, it was really good. And of course, I had to have that margarita. That was good. We found out they had other flavors of strawberry, but I had strawberry. Auntie had strawberry, banana, and Dreamweaver had just banana. Yeah. And I think Andrew had one of those horchatas. That's it. Yeah. I found out that they taste like a milky rice pudding. All righty. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and yep. Let's pray I don't lose you guys. I forgot to put the wire up on the thing here so I don't trip over it. Time I mess with the wires, weird things happen sometimes. All right. We're gonna start with my deck today. I got our little rose quartz and the crystal ball. In case I have time, I might do an added thing. If anyone wishes to pay for a reading today or do a donation, I will look into the crystal ball for you. So a little something special today. Kind of in honor of Valentine's Day. I am wondering why I see two YouTube feeds. I see different people logged into the different feeds. That is weird. Is one maybe Facebook? Notice, well, on my end, it's like a red arrow that's YouTube, and then it's a blue circle, of course, for people on Facebook. I don't really see anybody on Facebook on my end right now. So that is weird. Interesting. Are you watching an old one maybe at the same time? That's kind of weird. All right, Spirit. Help me pick the proper card best helps everyone in their path in life for the week of January. Oh my God. February 15th. Why do I have January in here? Sorry. Let's really confuse everybody. Yeah, look at the date there. Make sure you are watching the right one, Robert. All right, we have February 15th now. All right, Spirit, for February 15th, the week of. Let me pick the proper card best helps everyone in their path in life. What do they have in common here? I got things flying on the floor over here at me. Two cards came out. Anybody, if you want to think of a question that can be answered by yes or no, that helps too. Because we did get a yes card. This is my deck that I've created in case anybody wants to know. This is an answer card. Also, yes is a lot of positivity coming in as well. So, yes could be the answer to your question, but remember, not all yes answers are happy ones, as it may signal time to move forward in life that may seem hard, but will ultimately bring you to the best outcome. Yes can be proof that you are heading in the right direction, but yes can also be a congratulatory expression, as you are graduating from one circumstance into a more beneficial one. Now may be the right time to make that long-awaited wish. Ooh, I like that. That's really cool. So the yes card is a good energy. Whatever it is that you're deciding to do, changes you're making, people you intend to either go up against or, talk to them about things. Some people are in those really bad relationships and they have to move on and out of it. Yes, you're doing the right thing. Present. It's interesting because I just had a couple of people here. So on my mind is if you decide that you have to press charges against somebody, that may actually be the right thing to do. The universe isn't the only one that is the teacher and the lesson giver. We are. We are also the lesson receivers. So we are students and teachers all the time. And sometimes it takes us to be the people to put forth the lesson. If they really did a wrong, then sometimes you just need to bring it to the surface like, hey, people aren't going to put up with this, and nor should they have to. I'm sorry to be the one to have to do this, or maybe you're not. But I feel that it's justified, and I need to do that to make people alert of who you are. So this is where you're protecting other people. But let me just feel this out for a minute. They're giving me yes. If you're moving forward, yes is definitely the right answer for this. moving forward is the right direction. No doubt. It even says it in the card. So, okay. Now, with that, the second card that came out is Angels, Guides, and Helpers. So this means you don't have to do all this stuff alone, and they're eagerly waiting your permission to help you, waiting for guidance in what direction you wish to go, where you need the help at. So please communicate with them. Communicate if you have like a fairy garden, you have fairies out there. You'd be surprised what these fairies can do and what they can manipulate to help you with things. Of course, as long as it's never against someone else's free will and all that other stuff, you can ask upon your nature spirits as well. So, your ancestors and light workers have been trying to get your attention. There may be something they need you to look out for or do to assist you in life. Pay attention to songs, signs, things people tell you 3 times or more, as these are messages sent to you via earth angels, as sometimes they have no other way to reach you. If you meditate, clear your mind, and then the first words or song that pops into your head may be the key, the answer, or a clue. Pay attention and make sure you're always calling in the light to surround you so that you can be sure that what is connecting with you has your best interest in mind. So always set up a protective space, do your smudging, your sage, light an incense, a candle. A lot of times lighting a candle is that invitation. Spirit looks for that, like, ooh, they're getting ready to connect with me. Okay, let's line up here and see how we can help. So if you build a ritual, a practice that you do all the time when you call them in, that's like a light switch to them. And that really, really helps. It helps guide them and how to help you and when they can come in, when's their time. Because sometimes, like when they started connecting with me, they would keep my butt up all night trying to talk to me because that was their time. But I said, okay, we need to set boundaries. I need my sleep. And I will give you such and such time. I'll check in with you at 5 p.m. every day or on Fridays or something like that. If there's something you need to tell me, please tell me that. Unless it's an emergency, do not wake me up. So I would have to set ground rules. So you just need to talk to them. Do your little rituals of protection and, clearing your space and making sure if you do smudging and sage, nothing else can enter but anything of the light or has your best interest in mind. So when you do that, then you can pretty much trust the connection that you get. But always check in your gut and see how it feels. I mean, first time connecting can always be scary because you're like, oh my God, this is really happening, But don't get too scared because you don't want to slam the door shut either. So pay attention to that. All right. I'm torn on which cards to use here today. I'm glad you mentioned fairies. Because, I read a book about them and got a little flock about fairy tales and more. No, both YouTubes. Wow, that's weird, Robert. It's like that every week. Wow. That's weird. I don't understand what's going on there. But, it's strange. I feel like everything's happening in twos right now. Because even when I print something out on my printer, I only have it set to print it once. And for some reason, I get 2 pages every time. I get the same thing printed out twice. I'm like, why? I'm not asking for it twice. So, very interesting, Robert. I had to check into that little energy snafu there. Yeah, fairies are pretty magical. Now, if you want to draw fairies to your home or whatever, if you have your own home especially, it's hard to do when you're in a community setting. But build little fairy houses. They love it when people garden. So if you have a lot of flowers and gardening or, you're planting even a vegetable garden, man, I had everything going on and they cut down a tree that I loved so much. It reminded me of the Keebler factory. I ended up putting a pond there and I put flowers all around it. I made a big hill with the pond. I had like 4 fairy circles and they were all connected. They were one inside of another. All the rings were connected. You could see them. They are a dark circle of grass and they actually do grow toadstools in them. It's interesting, and I had them all connected. They're like one here, one is over here, almost like crop circles. But it was really cool. I had a lot of fairies there. I really kicking myself all the time for leaving that place, but I must have had to have. Anyway, we're going to go on to this deck. But fairies are very helpful. Yeah, and they're a nice energy to collect and have around you. Build them little fairy houses, give them little furniture and stuff to sit on. You can always bring offerings outside. Anything that you have left over from your food, build a little plate, bring it out there and say, this is a gift to the elementals and the nature spirits. Thank you for everything you do. It's just showing my appreciation for you and that I love you, that kind of thing. You pick a certain tree or bush or something that you deliver it to all the time, and they, begin to look there for it. Now, you guys are connected, and now you could probably start asking for favors if you need to. I mean, they know how to get the word across, so it's a good thing. I love it. All right, Spirit. Help me pick the proper card that best helps everyone in their path in life. What card is going to be best for this week of February 15th? 2026. Whoa, that one just jumped out of the deck. Let's see what it is. Huh? Hey, I think Dreamweaver got this one. Was it last week or something? We got Ladybug, but it's different Ladybug though. Ladybug, yeah, I don't even know if there's ladybugs anymore. I think the Asian beetles ate all the ladybugs because I don't know if you guys have true ladybugs in your area or if they're Asian beetles, but ladybugs are beautiful to have around your garden and around your home. Ladybug is good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy and free. Be happy here and now. Okay, let worry go and be happy here and now. In other words, live in the present moment. And a lot of times we all have a hard time doing that. It's like sometimes you can't look ahead too much. Of course you could plan because there's things you want to do and accomplish. But make sure you're also in the here and now and enjoying the moments that are given to you in the here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. So, this is like being returned to you. So whatever you're putting out is coming back kind of thing. And you want to make sure what you're putting out there is good. And, paying it forward, things like that too. So working on that good luck aspect, good things come in. And you yourself help other people and you help bring good luck into their life. Maybe it's that one word of wisdom or something they didn't think about, how to utilize something or do something, how to move forward. You can really be the catalyst for all that really great stuff to happen. All right. Here are animals. I'm really liking our other animal cards, so I'm pulling them out today. Yeah. I might even go ahead and do a soul card. All right, Spirit. What's best going to help everyone? Oh my goodness, in their path in life. Especially for this week of February 15th, 2026. Help me pick the proper card. That common goal energy that we have. What is it? What card? Whoa. That one. All right. Coyote. Playfulness. Don't forget, you could always screenshot these. It helps to remind you later. This is a reminder not to take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. There's quite a few of those. Yep, and I'm learning, I'm trying to go with the flow, but then I'm realizing, I forgot to pay to be in this fair. I'm like, oof, if I don't hurry up and take care of it, that's like in 2 weeks. I'm telling you, the month is flying by. And just those couple of days, 29, 30, 31 or whatever, those 3 days missing really make a big difference in this month, doesn't it? The month is going through really quickly here. So make sure you're doing the playfulness and every action that you can to make things, especially if you have a chore to do, some work, or you got to do some paperwork, make it fun. Some people are doing their taxes. Put on some really cool music. Say, you know what? I'm going to create a little snack plate for myself. All the things I really like, special cheeses, maybe little cherry tomatoes or whatever it is that you want to put on there. And then go to work. But make it more joyful when you're doing it. So, I always tell that story. Like when I broke down the side of the road, I ordered pizza and had them deliver it to me on the side of the road. It took some doing. I had to talk to the manager and everything because, they thought I was off my rocker. But I had it done, and it really lightened the energy of the situation I was in. Plus, I was really, really hungry, and it was in rush hour. So, do whatever you can to lighten the load. Make it a fun thing. Maybe invite people over and say, you know what? I need to, like you guys in Florida, I need to uncover the pool or something like that, even though it's still too early for that. Make it a pizza party. So invite some people over and say, we're going to make it a group thing, but we all got to make sure we get the work done, but we want to make it a party too, So do whatever you can do to make that work a little less painful, a little more joyful, That's it. All right. Yeah. I'm debating. I'm doing more cards than I should. Yeah, I think we're going to stop there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a trinket and a stone. So at this time, I'd really love it if you guys give us those thumbs up. Put something really nice in the comments section. How was this helpful for you today? Did it really hit home? Those sort of things. It's really helpful to other people who are checking out the podcast and want to know if they, should stick around and sign on and the whole 9 yards. All right, so here, let's pick a trinket. Trinket spirit. This spell's going to help everyone on their path in life. All right. Interesting. I got 2 things that came out. This one just hooked itself around my finger. But we're going to hit this first. This is the rubber that goes on the bottom of a cane. So this is for stability, making sure you have your footing. If you're going to make some choices and make some plans, maybe doing some investing, make sure you have maybe a little nest egg set aside. Make sure your footing's good, that you have something maybe to fall back on, or you're going in with the right partners. Oh my God, I cannot tell you enough how important that is. If for some reason those partners let you down, are you able to do this on your own? Really do your game plan right. Sometimes some people have the ability to just jump in and see where it lands. But I think right now, the people who really want to make something happen for their life that is like a real goal for their future, you need to make sure you have certain stability before pushing forward. If not, maybe now is not exactly the right time. So keep pushing, keep moving with it, but making sure you're lining up the things that you need to have lined up so you can do it safely, or at least as safe as possible. Nothing's ever 100%. So here we have the lucky rabbit's foot. Of course, we know it's not lucky for the poor rabbit, but you know what? The rabbit got to live on this way, didn't it? It didn't get to get thrown in trash or buried in the dirt somewhere. We are utilizing its energy. They're giving me the words to multiply tenfold. So maybe when you're manifesting, you should say that. May this project I'm working at bring in much needed and deserved income, and may it be tenfold or something like that. So maybe using the word tenfold in some form is going to be helpful. And using a spiritual aspect, I always say, because it's purple, but then again, I don't have any other choices of rabbit's foot in my box. It's only purple. So, but it's when you pray about things and when you invite your guides, guardians, and angels in to assist, you're giving them permission to help you, and therefore things stand a chance of going a little smoother, a lot better, helping you notice the signs of what you need to do next or what you need to add. So making sure you're utilizing all that you can, kind of like this, that they sort of go hand in hand. But you are going to be lucky. The good luck with the lucky's foot. We got the double message on that one. That luck, this is the time. If ever you really need to take a chance on something, now's the time. If you ever say, well, I've always wanted to do this, but, maybe you're just too lazy. You don't feel like doing it. I'm telling you, do it, because find the energy. Now's the time. You got to get it done. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and pick a stone. Oh, my God. Stone. All right, Spirit. Help me to pick the proper stone that best helps everyone in their path in life. What is good for them to utilize, especially for this week of February 15th, 2026. I swear I think we picked this last week. That was definitely in this last couple of weeks. We got the tiger's eye again and a quartz crystal. So to amplify things, amplify the energy and the thoughts and the projects you're working on. Put, if you're doing maybe your taxes and stuff, maybe put it on your desk. And so you're not missing anything. You can put it on top of a piece of tiger's eye. This is actually a red tiger's eye, by the way, but I'm not sure that's really going to matter. It's the gist of tiger's eye, helping you see things from a higher perspective, a higher place. Or, like when you're in a relationship, half the people cannot see what other people can see because you're too close. So maybe take yourself out of the situation and put yourself in the perspective of someone else. Like, what do other people see? Now I see what's going on. Sometimes you just need to take a couple steps back to see it more clearly. Also, this is good for courage, I believe pain as well. So let's go ahead and find out. Alrighty. What are the metaphysical properties of tiger's eye?
Tiger's eye is a stone known for protection, strength, and confidence. It promotes mental clarity, grounding, and overcoming fear, helping with decisive action. It's also associated with boosting willpower and attracting success.
It's all there, isn't it? So, sorry about that. This person never can remember that I'm doing a podcast every Sunday. Anyway, we are here with this. This is like perfect, going hand in hand, even with the cards right now. And we're going to go ahead and look up the clear quartz crystal. I'm just going to. All right. What are the metaphysical properties of clear quartz crystal?
Clear quartz is seen as a master healer and a powerful energy amplifier. Metaphysically, it clears, balances, and harmonizes the mind, body, and spirit. It also enhances mental clarity, meditation, and spiritual growth, while amplifying other crystals and cleansing spaces.
That's it in a nutshell. There's a whole lot more on quartz. There's probably a whole lot more on the tiger's eye as well, but there you have it. This is going to help you to push through, get the courage, and amplify your luck that we have at a couple places here. Man, I see I'm exhausted too. I'm always working everything at every angle every day. And I just sometimes feel like I just need a whole entire week to rest. It has been crazy. And it feels like Mercury's been in retrograde. All kinds of weird things have been happening. Poor Dreamweaver with the stuff going on with his vehicle. I mean, it's still up in the air. Couldn't find the part. And when you found the part, it was so ridiculously expensive. And now they have to rig another part to work. So there's more time that's going to be invested in. Oh, we don't even want to go there. So sometimes people can get overwhelmed. So, holding on to certain crystals, doing some meditation, focusing on things that are good for you is sometimes the key when those things happen. All right, so we are going to go ahead and see if anybody would like a reading. If you want to make a donation, I'll do the little additional crystal ball reading. It has to be over $5. Or what's the sense? um, and you can pick a number also from 1 through 20. If you have a particular question, you can put that down. I always like to do a free card pull for people on Sunday, only one. And we got to read some stuff here. I'm glad you mentioned fairies. Okay. I read a book about the fairies. I sent screenshots to your messenger. I love the positives today. Awesome. Let's see. Screenshots. Got to see, got to see, got to see. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think you're seeing one that is vertical and one horizontal. I wonder, yes. Okay. If you see the first one, Robert, I guess it gives people that are on a cell phone to open that one up. I think that's the difference now. I tell it to hide it on my end, but for all of you that are on a laptop or whatever, then you can see it this way. So always pay attention to which one you're clicking on too, because if you want to see the whole full screen, then you definitely want the horizontal one. You don't want the vertical, the one that shows you a picture of the cell phone. I think that's the difference there. Yeah, that's it. But interesting with the different people though. Let's see. You're there on that one. Okay, I think we've got the same people on there. But that's the difference that I can see. Oh, I see different names on each feed. Huh, that's interesting though. Maybe because only the people that are I probably see everybody, but maybe you see the people that are on cell phones and only see people on laptops or something like that. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, there's a tough question there. I'm just looking to raise questions. All right, let me clean this up while everybody's still putting in the numbers. All right. Alrighty, get out my dice. I had too much coffee this morning. My stomach's not happy. I mean, it's not too much coffee for my brain. It's too much coffee for my stomach. My stomach doesn't like the acid in coffee. I always have to drink special coffees like Doze and ones that are made out of mushroom, Gano, and stuff like that. Or espresso. Espresso, they bake the beans enough. A lot of people have this thing and they think it's the caffeine that's upsetting their stomach, but it's the acidity in the coffee bean. So if you get espresso, they like double bake the beans and it bakes all that oil that comes out of the bean is actually what creates the acidity in your stomach. If you ever look at a pot of coffee, you look at it, you can see the oil floating to the top. That's the bad stuff. So espresso, they double cook that oil out of there. It tastes good. You can use less. All right. Here we go. We're getting ready to roll. Hope everybody's got their numbers in. Yeah, Dreamweaver, where is your number? Oh, is that one? Maybe it's one. Is that one? I'm looking back to see if you put it somewhere else. Yeah, I think it's one. That'd be cool if one came out. All right, Spirit, who needs the reading? Help me to roll the prepper number. Yeah, that's a one. Okay. Woohoo. Well, we got 17. Those numbers have been coming up a lot, ones and sevens lately. If Andrew was watching this, he'd probably be freaking out right now. All right, so we have number 17. All right, let's go and see what we got going on here. Who's got what? Robert! Woo! Right on the button, Robert. All right, let's see if there's a particular question for Robert. It's general. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. For Robert's spirit, what do we need? All right, spirit, for Robert Fechtel. What does he need to know right now? Man, all I do is close my eyes, and you must be getting ready to do some traveling or journeying. And I think that's coming up in March for you. At least that's the first thing that just popped into my head. So let's see. And are you going north? Of course you are. Can't really go too much more south. So I think travel is calling you. So for you, I do believe this is a direction. And if you're looking for something particular, whether it be an item or an answer or something, also that direction of north. Could be just north of where you are, north of town, but it's more north. But being I got the traveling thing too, I believe that you're going to be doing some traveling. North is a direction that you may have asked about. Which way to go, move, look for help or answers. North to the Native American belief symbolizes the cold, hardship, and endurance. You may be being called to halt along the way and consider what is timely in your journey. Maybe it's time to stop, absorb, learn what you have already experienced before moving on to the next challenge, step, or chapter in your evolution or life. Sometimes this card is a time of which you can do nothing but wait. Wait for the right moment or sign to move forward. There is always a reason one must take time to seriously consider and understand before moving forward. But like I said, for you, this could be, maybe you're making plans or you thought about it. Well, I think these next 2 weeks for you would be a time for you to contemplate where is it you really want to go and why, and like make a game plan, because I think March you're going to be moving on, to do some traveling. Maybe you already have. Okay, awesome. Everything has been coming up roses lately. That's good. So, lots of interesting stuff happening there, Robert. Maybe you and your daughters are going on a trip again too, but I do definitely see you utilizing your camper wherever you're going, though. So I'm not so sure it's just a plane trip. I think. All right, they're kind of like telling me it's like as spring begins to bloom, it must be more, in your area. But then again, I think we might be getting early spring here. Puxatawny Phil or whatever, I think he's seen a shadow. But the Wisconsin groundhog did not. So I think we maybe get an early spring here. But then again, you guys have spring all the time down there, down south. It's always so warm. Kind of jealous. All right, we're going to pull one more card for you, the animal deck. All right, poor Robert Spirit. What else does Robert need to know right now? What's best going to help him in his path in life? Let me pick the proper card for Robert, especially for this week. Whoa. Shit. Well, Robert, you got 2 cards. They come out, I have to do it. All right. Wow. Okay. So, this is interesting. You got the Raven, the Shaman card. Sometimes I feel that you got just a little bit of shadow work to do before some clarity and the aha moment, the epiphany comes to you. There is still some work to be done, even though I'm sure you've been doing a lot of stuff. You kind of got your spiritual stuff kind of nailed down. Of course, no one ever has it all totally. I think you have enough measure of safety to be able to do the shadow work and be safe while doing the shadow work. I think you may know what you need to do next or what it's trying to tell you. So let's see what the card actually says, but that's what I got from the card. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the element spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. That is really cool. Nope. Just takes one dog to start barking and the whole neighborhood barks. Okay. So somebody must be walking their dog. It is absolutely a gorgeous day out here today. It's going to be like 60. So you do have a lot of magic in you, and you are definitely meant for big things. So, and then the next one is be the community. So you're going to be busy. Busy bees is what I get when I see the bees. So you're busy at it, busy at the change, busy maybe creating your new life or your space, or when I just see in the community, I think you are about to find your spiritual tribe. On this journey, now see, Arizona would be even more south, but wherever you're supposed to be going, it's more north. So look if there's some like classes or gatherings or groups or something that you can get involved with, because I think it's time that you really expand your horizons on your spiritual level. And it's gonna be like the community. You're gonna see how everybody does it and how people have the similar experiences and what they mean. It's like you need to know what it means on a deeper and higher level. Interesting. You got some really good stuff coming, Robert. I like it. All right. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. So the queen bee means you attract whatever you need to attract to you, all the helpers that you might need to achieve whatever it is that you're working on. This is a really, really good reading, Robert. I'm so glad you got it. You have to let me know where your next trip is. Is it to Wisconsin, maybe? Let me know. All right. Wow. Let's see. I was going to come north last week, but held off because of predicted turmoil. Well, it might have been rightly so. But it does seem like now is the time, or within the next couple weeks, I think. Maybe even the first week of March or something. That's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, because it sure was supposed to be a little crazy. But yeah, get all your ducks in a row. Make sure you got a really good game plan. Do you know? Are you going to a place maybe that has like maybe a spiritual group gathering or something, class or something you can be involved in? Like there's pagan gatherings that sometimes are like a week-long thing. What is the name of that place? JC something, where they do like a psychic development. Hey, you can come this way. We could do a psychic development class. That would really be cool. You just need 10 hours of your time. Anyway, yeah, that's really good. All right. I hope you enjoyed your reading, Robert. I did. All right. So, did anybody wish to make a donation to get a reading today? I love it. You're going to come north. Here's coming the roses lately. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. You know what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to see if anybody, wants to make a donation. That would really be helpful to me. I'm going to see if I see anything in my crystal ball generally for everybody. All right, Spirit. Using this crystal ball to get a general reading for everyone watching today. What does everyone need to know? What would be more beneficial for them? Usually I have a light in here, but I think I got enough light that I can look into this. I'm getting words as I'm looking into the ball. Yep, it keeps coming up this way. I'm seeing two different visuals here. All right, something about fishing. But the fishing, I got a little fish jumping out of the water. I got a fisherman holding a really big fish. And it's like not really physically going fishing. It's kind of like the Jesus story, the fisher of men. So I think our job as light workers is being turned on now to enlighten people, especially, if you walk by someone and they're just so down, or they're picking on somebody. It's like, really, do you feel that's necessary? Or are you that much of a child where you have to make someone else feel small so you can feel bigger? I mean, it's like gives them something to think about. I mean, their automatic reaction might be to screw you or something, but at the same time, it'd be like, wow, maybe I didn't think of it that way. It's like, no, that person didn't do anything to you, or that dog didn't do anything to you. And what is wrong with you? I mean, me, I'd probably smack him over the head. But the fisher of men, we were supposed to be really waking people up. And you're supposed to be going for the goal, also fishing for your life. Again, putting one foot in front of the other. Um, Manifesting your dreams, but in a calm, cool, collected way. So when you actually go fishing, what do? A lot of people say, I go fishing just to catch a buzz, not to catch fish. It's because it's their time out. You really have to make sure you're giving yourself some time out. You can't manifest. You can't think if your head's buzzing with 100 things. You have to have your downtime. Um, let's see what else. They're saying that this fish also um, represents abundance because it went from the small fish to the really big fish when I seen it in the ball. So it is time to make even these little dreams. It might seem like little, but you have to start off little sometimes to achieve the big outcome. This is going to be bigger than you know. People are ready to listen. They're ready to hear about something other than what they already know, because what they already know isn't working. They're ready. So this tell me they're ready. So I mean, I don't want to be like these people who try to shove religion down your throat and stuff. But you might be the catalyst that wakes them up if you happen to be at the right place at the right time, which obviously the universe is going to put you in that position to put your 2 cents in. It's not like you have to go out and preach somewhere. It's like the other day I went to my car and I got one of those pamphlets on my door. It's like, seriously. I was ready to toss it. Dreamweaver was there. He goes, no, I'll take it. I'm like, okay. And I said, I really feel bad that I react that way because I shouldn't. I love Jesus. Jesus is a cool dude. It's all good. I just don't like that people shove stuff down people's throats. And half the time, they don't practice what they preach. And it angers me. And because I was brought up that way. I was brought up, forced to sit 4 to 8 hours of church every Sunday. It wasn't like some of these churches. You're in there for an hour, you pay your dues, and you get out. They give you a quick little sermon, you're done. As kids, we were tortured with it, and this is why like a lot of us want to run the other way. It's like, and then you watch all these people that say, "Oh, we're of God, we do this and do that," and then they're out there getting smashed and shit faced, and all kinds of shit, and then doing horrible things. People judging people like it's their job. Oh my God, that burns my butt in so many ways that I can't even begin to tell you. So, and when I see stuff like that, it's something I need to work on. That is one of my shadow sides that I can't look at it that way anymore. Yeah, it was shoved on me because of their very strong beliefs, but it doesn't mean I have to look at it that way. And when I pray to everybody. I don't discount Jesus or anything like that. But I believe and look at it a whole nother way. He says, you will do greater things than I. He is a teacher. He wasn't here to really judge us. He's to teach us that you're highly evolved, enlightened beings. Half your brain's been shut off. If you only knew what you're capable of. It's us trying to get that back, So, anyway, that's my sermon for the day. Whee! Let's see. You're going to come north last week. Okay. I have had a real desire to return to Arizona and southern Utah. Ooh, interesting. There might still be some classes there. North could be, let's see. Yep, there it is. I'm going to read that. But it's the hardships, the endurance and stuff. So maybe you might have to endure things along the way and are supposed to be understanding the meanings of it, like what happened to you that one time. Oh my God. I'd be in total awe and amazement and freak out if like your van caught on fire. It's like, oh my God. So, but let's hope it ain't anything near that. But say, for instance, you got a flat tire and the person that pulls over to help you is just the exact person you needed to meet and talk to. I mean, you just never know why things happen. Just like the little girl on a bicycle, she got hit by a car. They brought her into the emergency room. They had to take x-rays, and in there they found brain cancer. If they didn't catch it then, it would have never been removable. So, I mean, we never know why what seems like a bad thing happens is something that leads us to something greater or better or wakes us up in some way, alerts us to something. So you may be being called to experience something. Yeah. Hello, Serena. Hi from California. Hey, what's the temperature out there right now? And unfortunately, unless you want to make a donation, that's the only way that I'm giving any personal readings, because I know it's usually the question. Because we usually end at 11 o'clock Central Time, which is in like 3 minutes. But I do stay for if people want to make a donation, and you could do that by the information that's scrolling through below. Those are the apps that I accept. You have to let me know what you used if you do, so I know how much of a donation you make is how much of a reading you get. It's the hypocrisy of some of those. What? I'm sorry. Mine. Squirrel! All right. Hypocrisy. Yeah. The religion. Yeah. It's, every religion has some truth, and every religion has some not truth. They say that not all one thing is ever in totality. And the book was basically hijacked and recreated. There was a lot of books missing when they created the Bible. Therefore, it changed a lot of the meaning of the book. There are not exact English or any translation words for the Hebrew text or whatever in which that it was written, the scrolls. So they just, they made things up. And, it says right in the Bible, you ain't supposed to change that because you're going to pay a dear price if you mess with the actual meanings and scriptures and things like that. But again, Jesus was a great teacher. He said a lot of powerful things. And why people discount that, or they switch it to be something to control the masses instead of empowering us. We are to be empowered. We were never meant to die. We were never meant to grow old like this. We were supposed to live, but a lot of things were hijacked by different races of aliens and things like that. And this is something I recently learned in a way. I'm probably not explaining it the way. If you guys have to watch Samuel Lee. He's on YouTube and he's on Facebook. He is a counselor, a psychologist, all of these things, and he's done a lot of study. And he's amazing the way he explains things. But we were hijacked the energy. Like I think I just discussed this last week at Stonehenge, how that was supposed to be something that anchored in energy to feed us, feed all life on Earth. And it was hijacked, and they did something in reverse and rechanneled that energy to them. So like we're feeding some other species out there, and it's sucking our life force and it's giving it to them. How screwed up is that, right? So, we were meant for bigger things. We were meant for better things, and we were meant to not be suffering and have our bodies being ripped down like this. I mean, between the air quality, the things that are taken from the earth, I mean, it's all screwed up. There are like so many alien fingers in the pie. It's really messed us all up. So we're supposed to try to get back to the remembrance of who we are, remember how powerful we are. And in that way, the light beings who are trying to assist us to remember and wake up can reach us and help us to do that. So, I mean, what do you have to lose, right? I mean, think of positive is a good thing anyway, no matter how you look at it. So, I mean, rock on, everybody. Try to raise that vibration and to say, hey, I know I'm powerful. I wonder which way am I? I'm asking my guides, guardians, and angels, and the universe, and God, and Jesus to show me. I mean, but we have to have the right name too. Like I said before, people probably thought I had 25 heads. Dreamweaver actually did a lot of research on this, and there's podcasts out there about the Jesuses. There's more than one. Is it Yeshua that's supposed to be the right one? There's like supposed to be 12 of them. And this is another way we've gotten hijacked. They're not all of the light. But the one true Jesus, that's the one we want. It's such a barrel of monkeys out there, I swear to God. It's like so hard to keep on top of. I'm trying so I can help you, enlighten you, and lift you guys up so we can, be these light workers that we need to be, anchor into light, and get to be on that new earth, where things are good and happy. Like that song, they're coming to take me away. Haha. Love that old song. Hello, Tara. Laspina. Welcome. When you were talking about people forcing the religion, yeah, I think it's mostly how people were brought up with. Samuel B. Lee, MD, teaches what Jesus' true role is. Guys, please pay attention to what she wrote. Look him up. He has multitudes of things out there to watch. They're mind-blowing, but it makes sense. So you don't have to have Facebook. I see him a lot on Facebook. I don't know if there's more things available on Facebook or not, but he's got these things on YouTube. So anybody can tap into YouTube. So look him up, Samuel B. Lee, MD. So, yeah. And you'll learn, and he'll tell you that he knows about the Jesuses too. So, there's a lot. We need to really come together. Don't think this is crazy. Check into it and see what you think, and then you can decide if I'm nuts or not. All right. And then again, I really don't care. I know what I'm doing. That's just it too. We can't care what other people think right now, especially when we're trying to anchor in something positive. That's more important than anyone else's thoughts on it. Okay. Can't say I didn't do my part and try. I love you all. Let's see. Next week is that the 22nd already? Oh my goodness. Yep. And I was watching something, or I read something about like where the energy is with stuff. This rising the moon, this, that, the other thing. I can't remember exactly why, but I wrote down on my calendar that the 22nd is a good time to start a business, or if you want to invest in something. The 22nd is it's a good day. It's an auspicious day. Let's put it that way. If you want to look up online, why is February 22nd, 2026 a good day to create things, start businesses, and so forth? And you'll probably get a whole thing on it. All right. It'll explain more than I can explain to you. I absorb so much stuff that I can't keep it all straight in my head sometimes. So many things, brain's getting old, although that shouldn't be. All right. He's mainly on YouTube. He has a free spiritual podcast. Ah, I have to look up his podcast, everyone. It's cool. And we, like I said, we did his anchoring at Stonehenge, and it was, I just love him. And I'm just very drawn to him for some reason. So it must be a good thing. All right. Much love and light to you all. We will see you next week on the 22nd. And get a game plan. Let me know what business or what thing you decide to start so we can all cheer each other on and raise the vibration. All right. Namaste. Love you all. Till next time.